Low-calorie diets are a cornerstone of weight management strategies, widely adopted to reduce body fat, improve metabolic health, and support overall wellness. Many individuals, particularly young and middle-aged adults, use calorie restriction to lose excess weight, improve blood sugar control, or support cardiovascular health. While weight loss is often the primary goal, emerging research is revealing that prolonged calorie deficits can have unintended consequences for skeletal muscle, with reductions in muscle mass sometimes exceeding expectations. These findings shed light on the complex interplay between energy intake, protein metabolism, and aging-related muscle loss, while also highlighting opportunities to mitigate these effects and even enhance long-term metabolic and musculoskeletal health. Skeletal muscle is metabolically active tissue, essential for physical strength, mobility, and resting energy expenditure. During prolonged calorie restriction, the body adjusts to lower energy availability by conserving vital organs and maintaining homeostasis, which often involves catabolizing muscle protein to supply energy and amino acids for essential functions. This process is mediated by increased proteolysis, decreased protein synthesis, and hormonal shifts, including reductions in anabolic signals such as insulin-like growth factor 1, IGF-1, and testosterone, alongside elevated cortisol. Research indicates that these adaptations, while evolutionarily protective during periods of food scarcity, can lead to muscle loss that surpasses what might be expected from fat reduction alone, particularly in older adults or individuals who are not engaging in resistance exercise. The positive takeaway is that understanding these mechanisms allows individuals to implement strategies that preserve muscle while still achieving meaningful weight loss. Metabolic consequences of muscle loss are significant, as reductions in lean mass can lower resting energy expenditure, potentially making long-term weight maintenance more challenging. Skeletal muscle is a primary site for glucose disposal, and diminished muscle mass can impair insulin sensitivity, glucose uptake, and lipid metabolism. Paradoxically, while calorie restriction often improves markers of cardiometabolic health, excessive muscle loss may partially offset these benefits, particularly if deficits are prolonged or aggressive. Recognizing this trade-off enables a more nuanced approach. Moderate calorie reduction combined with targeted protein intake, strength training, and nutrient timing can protect lean mass, optimize metabolic function, and support sustainable weight management. In essence, muscle loss is not an unavoidable side effect of calorie restriction. It is a modifiable response that can be mitigated with thoughtful dietary and lifestyle strategies. Protein metabolism is a central factor in the preservation of muscle during low-calorie diets. Adequate dietary protein supports muscle protein synthesis, attenuates proteolysis, and helps maintain nitrogen balance even when energy intake is reduced. Studies suggest that consuming higher protein intakes, often 1.2 to 2.0 grams per kilogram of body weight per day, depending on activity level, can offset the catabolic effects of energy restriction. The source of protein also matters. High-quality proteins containing essential amino acids, particularly leucine, are more effective at stimulating muscle protein synthesis. By integrating protein strategically across meals and snacks, individuals on low-calorie diets can preserve strength, functionality, and metabolic health, highlighting that calorie restriction can be structured to minimize unwanted muscle loss. Exercise, particularly resistance training, is another powerful tool for mitigating muscle loss during prolonged calorie deficits. Mechanical loading stimulates muscle protein synthesis, supports satellite cell activation, and promotes hypertrophy, counteracting the catabolic environment induced by energy restriction. Combining resistance exercise with adequate protein intake produces synergistic effects, enabling individuals to lose fat while maintaining or even increasing lean mass. Cardiovascular exercise also contributes to metabolic health, but may need to be carefully balanced to prevent additional energy deficits that could exacerbate muscle breakdown. From a positive perspective, this demonstrates that calorie restriction does not have to come at the expense of muscle. Rather, structured training and nutrition planning empower individuals to optimize body composition while achieving health goals. Aging adds another layer of complexity. Sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength, accelerates in the absence of adequate nutrition and physical activity. Prolonged calorie restriction in older adults may therefore amplify age-related declines in muscle if not carefully managed. However, the positive news is that targeted interventions, such as high-protein meals, resistance exercise, and supplementation with nutrients that support muscle function, e.g., vitamin D, omega-3 fatty acids, and creatine, can significantly mitigate sarcopenia, preserve strength, and enhance functional independence. This emphasizes that even in the context of aging, low-calorie diets can be compatible with long-term muscle health when supported by evidence-based strategies. Hormonal adaptations also influence muscle preservation. Calorie restriction tends to reduce anabolic hormones like IGF-1, testosterone, and growth hormone, while increasing catabolic hormones such as cortisol. These shifts promote energy conservation but may accelerate muscle breakdown if unaddressed. Positive interventions include resistance training, adequate protein, and balanced micronutrient intake, which can partially normalize hormonal responses and maintain anabolic signaling. This underscores the principle that even physiologically adaptive responses to calorie restriction can be managed proactively to support both muscle and metabolic health. Finally, the importance of gradual and individualized calorie restriction cannot be overstated. Extremely aggressive deficits often accelerate muscle loss and impair long-term metabolic efficiency, while moderate, carefully monitored reductions allow fat loss to occur with minimal disruption to lean mass. Integrating periodized approaches, alternating phases of energy restriction with maintenance, and monitoring strength and functional performance ensures that low-calorie diets support holistic health rather than focusing solely on body weight. The positive perspective is that structured, evidence-based calorie restriction offers not just fat loss, but an opportunity to improve metabolic efficiency, physical fitness, and long-term resilience when lean mass is preserved. In conclusion, while low-calorie diets can reduce muscle mass more than expected, understanding the underlying biology of protein metabolism, hormonal adaptation, and aging allows these effects to be mitigated. Adequate protein intake, resistance exercise, careful nutrient timing, and individualized calorie reductions enable individuals to preserve lean mass, maintain metabolic function, and protect physical performance. Far from being a drawback, this research highlights the body's adaptability and the potential for low-calorie diets to support overall health when implemented thoughtfully. By balancing energy restriction with muscle-preserving strategies, individuals can achieve sustainable weight loss while safeguarding strength, function, and long-term metabolic and musculoskeletal health.